This morning, I'm reminded of a quote that my professor told us a couple weeks ago. Dr. Henry Love Welcher, the professor of African American church history, in the midst of our class discussion, said these words. Each day we wake up, we have the chance to write our own obituary. Sometimes I wonder, what will my obituary read? In our text today, we don't find a funeral or obituary, but it is a parting speech at Samuel's ministry, as the sun is setting on Samuel's ministry. Join me in 1 Samuel chapter 12. First Samuel chapter 12. I'm going to encourage you to look at it on the screen, for I will be reading from the Message version. Amen. 1 Samuel chapter 12, beginning at verse 1. And the word of the Lord declares, Samuel addressed all Israel. I've listened to everything you've said to me. Listen carefully to every word, and I've given you a king. See for yourself your king among you, leading you. But now look at you. Now look at with you and me. I'm old and gray, and my sons are still here. I've led you faithfully from my youth until this very day. Look at me. Do you have any complaints to bring before God and His anointed? Have I ever stolen so much as an ox or a donkey? Have I ever taken advantage of you or exploited you? Have I ever taken a bribe or played fast and loose with the law? Bring your complaint, and I'll make it right. Oh no, they say, never. You've never done any of that. Never abused us. Never lined your own pockets. That settles it then, said Samuel. God is witness. And His anointed is witness that you find nothing against me. No faults. No complaints. At the beginning of verse 6 reads, and the people said, He is witness. This morning as we celebrate our pastor, a good shepherd, chosen to serve by God. Allow me to speak from the subject. Can I get a witness? You may be sitting in the presence. Can I get a witness? I grew up a preacher's kid. My father was my pastor. The majority of my young life. Grew up in Folsom, Louisiana. I got a couple of witnesses. I grew up there, Folsom, Louisiana, a small country town. A place with old school principles. A place where we celebrated when someone passed on. So as a kid, following my father because I had no choice, I went to a lot of funerals. And every time you go to a funeral, especially one in the African American community, there's always that segment on the program that's for reflections. That's usually a church member, one from the community, and a co-worker. And these people will come up for what was supposed to be 2 to 3 minutes, but usually lasted 5 to 10, would come up and speak well of their departed loved one. And I've gone to a lot of funerals, and I can reflect on some funerals of even my family members, and it's a humbling experience to hear people talk about your departed loved ones. On one such funeral, I can remember leaving the funeral, driving away, wondering when I had crossed over to the other shore. When the sun had set on my life, when they rolled me up front before the church, what will they say about me? Oh, I wonder what my co-workers will say. I wonder what the people of the community will say. I wonder what my church family will say. I wonder, will there be any witnesses? I see the look on your faces, so maybe let me help you with a quick story. John and James Goodwin were identical brothers. They were identical twin brothers who looked so much alike that even their own family members had trouble telling them apart. The only distinctive characteristic between them was James had a birthmark on his right forearm. So oftentimes they would try to play games with their family members and with their teachers, and everybody would look for the birthmarks to tell them apart. But although they were identical twin brothers, they were totally different in character. John and James Goodwin went to the same preschool, same elementary school, same middle school, same high school, and even the same college. But at the college graduation, it seems like their lives went two separate ways. After college graduation, John would go on to law school and come back to the community in which they grew up in and serve the people of the community. He would go on to become a trustee at the church and even became a city councilman. But James, on the other hand, James came back as a two-bit hustler who was an alcoholic and a womanizer. Around the community, he had such a bad reputation. And his bad living eventually caught up with him and eventually ended in an early death. As I thought about that story, I thought about Sister Lena Jackson, Mother Lena Jackson at my father's church, Christ Temple, Little Rock, who's around 90 years old. Every time she sees me, she says, David, tell the people, if you live right, you'll die right. Can we stop right there for a quick second to let you know that however you live it will eventually catch up with you. You may try to avoid it all you want, but eventually, whatever you sow, you shall also reap. So James reaped the benefits or the unfortunate benefits of a bad life, and he died at an early age. John, his brother who was remained living, the city councilman, did all that he could do to plan the funeral. He found everybody he needed for the funeral except the preacher. So, because every preacher in the community chose not to do the eulogy. They said, sorry, John, I would do the eulogy, but I have nothing good to say about you. So John got smart, went over to the next city and found a two-bit hustling preacher and said, look, I need you to come preach my brother's eulogy. The preacher said, I don't know your brother. I can't preach the eulogy. Then John said, I'll give you $1,000. The preacher said, when did I need to be there? The preacher shows up, begins to give an eloquent eulogy about James Goodwin. He begins to describe this man who laid before him that he never knew. And in the midst of the eulogy, a mother on the back row gets up, grabs her cane, and walks down the aisle. And in the midst of the eulogy, the mother opens up the casket. And John jumps up and said, Mother, what are you doing? The mother turns to John and said, I need to see which twin actually died. Because the one that the preacher is talking about is not the one that is supposed to be in this casket. I'm so glad that when we were planning our pastor's appreciation, we didn't have to travel to Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, Marietta. We didn't have to travel to pay somebody to be a witness of the pastor that God has blessed us with. Because we can go up and down the aisle and let people testify of how good of a shepherd. The planning committee did not have to make up adjectives for our pastor. We did not have to consult a thesaurus to find colorful words to describe our pastor. We didn't have to pull any legs in order to get people to be a witness about how good our pastor is. Sister Izzy didn't give me much time, so let me jump to my text. In our text today, we find Samuel. The sun is setting on Samuel's ministry. Samuel has served the people of Israel since his youth. Now he's old, gray-haired, and his skin has been touched by time. He stands boldly before the people, and he makes these declarations. He looks at the people, he says, do you have any complaints about me? It's interesting that he stands before the people and he opens himself up to ridicule and criticism. He stands before the people boldly. He addresses ethical issues. He addresses moral issues. And he says, if anybody have a complaint on me, I believe he said, speak now or forever hold your peace. My brothers and sisters, it's a sad situation in the history of the church that there are not too many preachers, not too many pastors who would ever stand up publicly before the people and say, if you have any complaint against me, speak now. There are not too many pastors and preachers who will stand up and say, if I ever cheated you, speak now. There are not too many pastors or preachers who would say, if I ever shortchanged you, speak now. There are not too many pastors or preachers who would stand up and say, have I ever stolen from the church? Speak now. If you survey the landscape of the current church, you can see that it's deteriorating due to ethical and moral decay. But I'm glad on today that I can be a witness that God has blessed County College Ministry that beautifully with a pastor who I believe will boldly stand up before the people and say, do you have a complaint? But I know it's pastor appreciation. But I know our pastor, and he doesn't want me to just preach to him. He wants me to preach to you. So can I come down your street? If I went to your job, would you be able to boldly stand before your co-workers and say, am I chronically late? Do I always do my job? Are there any complaints about me? Okay, some of y'all don't work, so let me go to your neighborhood. Can I go to your neighborhood and allow you to stand before the people and ask your neighbors, have I been a good neighbor? Have I shared sugar when you needed sugar? Have I let you borrow bread when you needed bread? Will there be any witnesses? Okay, so some of y'all don't work, don't know what neighborhood you live in. So some of y'all students, so can I go to your classroom? Can I go to your school and say to before the people, have they been a good student? Have they always done their work? Have they been respectful to authority? I wonder, will they be any witnesses? See, it's interesting that this is something you do. This is a bold move you do when you know you've done right. There's something about knowing you've done right. There's a peace of mind that comes along with knowing you've done right. I'm reminded as a child when grades came out, report cards. See, that was before they got fancy. See, when I was coming through, the teacher gave you the grades, and you were responsible for taking them home. Now parents can go on the internet and check their kids' grades they got out and grow up then. But when I was a kid, the teacher gave you your grades, and you took your grades to your parents. And I can remember when that grade report looked so good, Dr. Kennebrew, and I would run home to my parents and say, look what I did. Look at my grades, because I could do it boldly because I knew I had done right. Oh, but every now and then, when my grade report had bad grades because my teacher graded my test wrong, when I got those bad grades, I would duck and dodge. been dodging. Because we don't want people to analyze and view our lives. Because we know we ain't done right. That's why at church you only want people to know you at church. Because you don't want them to know you in the personal life. Because it's different. You only want people to know certain sides of you. Because the other side is something they may not like or something somebody may question. Oh, but when you've done right, when you've lived right, when you've done everything you're supposed to do, you can be like Samuel and stand boldly before the people and say, do you have any complaints? Bold. Then I like the response of the people. The people said, no, we have no complaints. Samuel says, can I get a witness? And the people said, we will witness. We have no complaints. In your life, are there any witnesses? Can anybody testify of how you show the love of Christ through your life? Can anybody testify how you kept the needy and helped the poor? Can anybody testify how you were willing to give up stuff that you had in order to help somebody else? Can anybody testify? Oh, but I'm glad on the day, since it's Pastor Appreciation, can I brag on my pastor? I can brag because I can testify that our pastor is selfless and he gives all that he has back to the church. I can testify that although sometimes our pastor is tired, wants to go home, be with the family, he still gives up himself. Can I get a witness? I'm pretty sure all of you, many of you, can raise your hand and testify how good our pastor has been to us. But as I make a swift close, because Sister Izzy didn't give me much time, here it is. The people testify. But then I like what Samuel said. Then the people confirmed it. Samuel said, then the people confirmed. Not only are the people a witness, but God is also a witness. Here it is. In the criminal justice system, there are two separate but equally important parts. The police that investigate the crime and the district attorney who prosecute the offenders. This is their stories. That's Law and Order. All y'all who don't really watch TV, that was a Law and Order reference. Y'all was supposed to laugh right there. We'll try it again next week. Y'all might get it next week. One thing I like about Law and Order, around the 35-minute mark, they go to trial. They go to trial, and the district attorney has the responsibility to develop a witness list. They go through a list of people, and then before they put any witness on the stand, they question whether or not that witness is credible. Because if that witness is not credible, their testimony doesn't even matter. So they're very particular about who they put on the stand. Because they want to make sure that the witness is credible. In our text today, the people said first, we are witnesses. But then they concluded by saying, God is a witness. Why is that important? Here it is, because the testimony of the people could possibly not be credible. Even in this pastor appreciation, the testimony of the witnesses may not be credible. But they say, Minister Kennebrew, your witness is not credible. It's biased because the pastor is your uncle. They may say First Lady Tiffany The pastor may make some decisions that the deacons don't like. But it's not about pleasing the deacon board. It's about pleasing God. The pastor may make some decisions the praise team don't like. But it's not about pleasing the praise team. It's about pleasing God. Can I go further? The pastor may make some decisions that his family don't even like. But it's not about pleasing his family. It's about pleasing God. Not just in ministry. I don't want to leave you out. In your own life. Whatever God has given you to do, it's not about pleasing man or woman. It's about pleasing God. Is there a witness that can testify that in your life you please God? Charles Wesley wrote these words. A charge to keep by hand. A God to glorify.